So, folks, my wife actually called me at work to give me her condolences. She said I'm not a collector. She's a gamer, but she's not like a quote unquote collector. She goes, but your Game Informer magazine is definitely not in collector quality, and she wasn't kidding. I mean, a whole all the way through. Like, how does that happen? How does that get like? I have a theory, right? And I want to hear your theory. So this is mine, folks. There's another rip there that kind of goes through several pages. There's some stuff on the back that's all scuffed up. So the first working theory that I have is notice this expiration notice. This might actually be the first time a magazine has actually rage quitted one of its subscribers. I think this was just kind of like, you know what? You're expired. You're expiring. You're just gonna let that happen? You're just gonna sit there? You're just gonna let that expire? Well, fine, fine, fine. So I think that might be maybe what happened. Maybe a bit of psycho action, right? Maybe. What do you guys think?
I think it was Evil Mailman. He hates video games. It's Poetry Magazine.
It could be an evil mailman, right? It could be an evil mailman. Maybe Middle Earth, Shadow of War, right? Maybe he just with all this North Korea stuff and everything, and maybe he just saw one tweet too many from our commander in chief and was just like, no more war. Although that would be kind of ironic that like madness over war would drive him to violence.
Yeah.
But I mean, stranger things have happened. I like to think, my favorite theory so far. Oh, go ahead, Jeremy.
Do you actually collect the Game Informer magazines?
So I don't have like a complete collection. I have like from when I was.
I was gonna say, if you collect them, when mine comes in, I'll exchange you because mine probably fine.
So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna walk into a GameStop and be like, "WTF? Do you have another copy, please?"
And try to get a hold of. So you try to get a hold of Brian Shea. We have on the show. Be, hey man, what happened?
I could do that, right? Maybe
GameStop be easier.
It was Brian Shea, right? Brian Shea's upset that we haven't had him back on the show, and so he's just like, you know what?
He's like, screw Chris.
That's my guess.
No. It's not that he hasn't been on the show. He's probably like, that guy. Like, I sweat, blood, sweat, and tears in this digital mag, and he still wants it in physical for the nostalgia. Send this to him. And by the way, it's his last issue, so who cares?
Have you checked all the pages? Because you probably give you Lugia one of the pages.
So no, I don't think it was Brian Shea. I think he's
Okay.
way too good of a guy. He's way too good of a guy, and he's been writing some really good articles. So I'm excited to see what this year's article is. But
could have been John the Greedy Gamer. He's worth a Game Informer, right?
What's that?
John the Greedy Gamer. He could have done it.
You know what? Yes, it could be John the Greedy Gamer, right? Like maybe John Storm, right? Maybe he hit this with hurricane force,
It's like those guys haven't bought me in years.
Yes.
Time for revenge.
Yes. So what I think actually happened is that I think that maybe because it made it here. It made it here. Like, it's not necessarily in one piece, but it made it here. I believe in my male person, whether they're male, female, whatever. I'll be politically correct. I believe in my male person, whoever he, she, they may be. And I want to believe rain, sleet, snow, or attack from ninjas, they're going to get this thing to where it needs to go. And so I'd like to believe that, they were, dutifully doing their thing, mail running, and they got, attacked like by a ninja. A ninja just jumped out of the shadows and they weren't expecting, right? And maybe chucked a few shurikens, right? And they had to deflect. They had nothing else but like a Game Informer mag, and they had to deflect. So there's a couple tears in there. And then the ninja got so close because they're quick, right? I mean, the mailman can put up a decent run, but they're not fighters, right? So at least not the male people that I know. So, just comes up with maybe the samurai sword, right? Goes to do the stab. Oh, and I'd like to believe that although the sword pierced the Game Informer magazine, right, that it caused enough, it absorbed enough of the impact to where the mailman was able to get away with a less severe wound. And so, you know, with all the remaining energy and reserve that they had, right? Maybe even with like, you know, a compress on the shoulder to kind of, you know, hold off the bleeding and everything. They made it dutifully to my mailbox. They put the Game Informer in, right? Closed the box, and then they went off to wherever it is that mail people go after they've been attacked by a ninja and narrowly escape with their life.
The local ER.
Whoever my mail person is, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, for fighting off that ninja. You are not just a mail person. You are a true American hero.
I think you're on something. That shit happens to me all the time.
I'll have what he's having.
So you get magazines in this shape?
Well, if I comes in, I'll let you know how it goes.
Oh man, I'm telling you. So here's the deal, right? Here's the deal, right? So the Walmart ad, mint condition. The Walmart ad was mint condition. This guy, not so much. So
like I said, if GameStop don't want to hook you up, I'll exchange you.
I think GameStop will hook me up.